It's been hours since you've been gone, and that's too long, so come back home. I can't live without you, so I cry for you. Do anything that I can to feel that touch from your hand. Sorry that I want you, lay what I do. You know you're everything I need. Oh yeah, do what you want me to. I would do anything. Get on my knees for you. Oh, baby. What else is there to do? I don't know, but I'll cry. Help me out, help me out. You spoil me, girl, just like a child. When you're not here, I can't even smile. I can't think without you. My mind is always with you. It's amazing what you do to keep me falling in love with you. Girl, you are the I know. Where else can I go? I say you're everything I do, baby. Ooh, we do what you want me to. Anything you need from me, baby. I don't know, but help me out, baby, help me out, baby. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Casey, help me sing it. Jojo, I'm right here, yes I am. I will cry for you, lady. Sometimes my pillow gets so wet with tears. I don't have no one to call my own. I want you back, baby.
I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hit. The real ones been dying, the fake ones is lit. The game is off balance, I'm back on my the bit Is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it. You all on my dick, I'm all in my bag. As hard as it get, I do not store powder. I might take a sip, I might hit the cup, but I'm live on the trip. I ain't popping no pill, but you do as you wish. I roll with some fiends, I love you to death. Like a few mil, but not all of them rich. What good is the first? My this broke, what good is first? Class of my taste it. That's my next mission. That's why I can't quit. Just like LeBron, get my more chips. Just put the rollie right back on my wrist. This watch came from Drizzy, he gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying like this, they act like two legends cannot coexist. But I never beef with it for nothing. If I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout, it won't be for fame. It won't be cause my ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell you my latest little sneakers. It won't be cause some slid in my lane. Everything goes, it's destined to change. I love you little niggas, I'm glad that you came. I hope that you scrape every dollar you gain. I hope you know money won't erase the pain. To the OGs, I'm thinking you now. Was watching you when you was paving the ground. I copied your cadence, I mirrored your style. I studied the grace, I'm the greatest right now. You feel me, you ain't got a choice. I ain't do no promos, still made all that noise. This shit gon' be different, I set my intentions. I promise to slap all that hate out your voice. This count me out, I'm counting my bullets. I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names. I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hit. The real one's been dying, the fake ones is lit. The game is off balance, I'm back on my the Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty. But that's how I like it, you all on my
see the money, she got the dance for me. Oh yeah, down, baby down. Oh yeah, down, let's go down. She look at me, talking loud. Oh yeah, down, baby down. Oh yeah, down, we go down. She look at me, talking loud. Okay, nana go, go na. Okay, go na, nana go. Okay, oh nana go, nana. Okay, nana go, na. After she see the money, she gonna call me honey. She said she go wine for me. She said she go do it for me. I just dash her money. She gonna cry for me. And the pretty ladies, there's a guy for me. And I go show you. Plenty love and money, show you. And I go show you. Maybe if you shake out for me. And I go love you. Now you don't go tire for me. I just wanna get to show you. Even you so good to me say I told you. Oh yeah, down, baby down. Oh yeah, down, let's go down. She look at me, talking loud. Oh yeah, down, baby down. Oh yeah, down, we go down. She look at me, talking loud. Okay, nana go na. Okay, go na, nana go. Okay, oh nana go na. Okay, nana go. Chocolate. Sweetie chocolate. Chocolate. And she wants to touch my chocolate. And she wants to eat my chocolate.
I said 5 to a 10. I said 20 to a 50. 40 hit your water shot it. Buy me some ride with the Fendi. I said 5 to a 10. I said 20 to a 50. 40 hit your water shot it. Buy me some ride with the Fendi. What you want? Tell me what you want. Like what you want. Like what do you want? What you want? Let a nigga know. Let a nigga know.
Whisper that
Let a nigga know.
Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain. My bitch love do cocaine. Ooh, I fuck a bitch, I forgot name. I can't buy me no wetter rain. Rather go and buy ball man. Gucci gang. Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain. My bitch love do cocaine. Ooh, I fuck a bitch, I forgot name. I can't buy no bitch no wetter rain. Rather go and buy ball man. Gucci gang.
got you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't got you slipping now. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry 'em. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the pad. Yeah, I'm so cold like yeah. I'm so dull like yeah. We gon' blow like yeah. Straight up. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. Look how I'm geeking now. I'm so pretty. I'm on Gucci. I'm so pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna get it. Ooh. This is Sally. Ooh. Yeah. On my Kodak. Black. Ooh, know that. Yeah. Ooh, hit it. Yeah. Ooh, hit it. 100 bands, 100 bands, 100 bands. Contraband, contraband, contraband. I got the plug on who a hawker. Whoa. They gonna find you like
America. I just checked my follow and listen. You motherfuckers owe me.
Get your money, black man. Black man. 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 Get down.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. This is America. This is America. This is America. Yeah. This is America. This is America. This is America.
Mami no le, me say mami no la. 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 Mami no like when I go to the club and I'm popping the champagne. Mami no like when she say I love you when I don't say I love her back. When I'm up in the club, Kelly show me love, but see I never show loving back. When you calling me 50 million times a day, girl, we don't need to get that much. Mami no like when I'm on PS4 and I'm playing computer game. Mami no like when I'm cracking a joke and I'm calling a stupid name. Are you taking the piss? Stop complaining, you're making me lose my focus. What's up with the tears? You know I don't mean it. I thought you knew I was a joker. Mami no le, me say mami no la. Mami no le, me say mami no la. Mami no le, me say mami no la. Mami no le, me say mami no la.
Tell me something's wrong. Party all of Oh, baby, I want you. Baby, I need you. I wanna see you. Baby, I wanna go up. Baby, I need you. Oh, baby, I want you. Baby, I need you. I wanna see you. Baby, I wanna go. Baby, I wanna go. Baby, I wanna go up. All night, all day. Body's on fire. Dreams on fire. All night, all day. Body's on fire. Dreams on fire.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to ask you if you're okay. My friends always feel the need to tell me things. Seems like they're just happier than us these days. Yeah. These days, I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to be there when you need me. It feels like the only time you see me is when you turn your head to the side and look at me differently. Yeah. And last night, I think I lost my patience. Last night, I got high as the expectations. Last night, I came to a realization, and I hope you can take it. I hope you can take it all. I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it. No, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it.
I don't know how to talk to you. I just know I find myself getting lost with you. Lately, you just made me work too hard for you. Got me on flights overseas, and I still can't get across to you. And last night, I think I lost my patience. Last night, I got higher than expectation. Last night, I came to a realization, and I hope you can take it. I hope you can take it all.
I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it. No, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it. Years go by too fast. I can't keep track. How long did we last? I feel bad for asking. It can't end like this. We gotta take time with this. Cock up your bumper, sit down, bonita. Let me see if this is something I can fix. Yeah. You got somebody other than me. Don't play the victim when you're with me. Free time is costing me more than it seems. Sacrificing things, and I wanna tell you my intentions. I wanna do the things that I mentioned. I wanna benefit from the friendship. I wanna get the late night message from you. I put my hands up.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind.
You are now listening to For All Nerds Show, a podcast about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. For All Nerds is hosted by DJ Ben Amin and Tatiana Keene Jones. For All Nerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
For All Nerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/forallnerds.
Welcome to the Fan Bros, the show where the bros are fans. Doodle.
And what's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the For All Nerds Show. The voice of the urban geek, the podcast where we discuss geek culture from the perspective of people of color. I felt like I got that backwards, but I didn't.
No, you got it right.
Okay, as always, sitting in the captain's chair, it's your boy, DJ Ben Amin, a.k.a. Halal Jordan, Cal L. Bundy, Black the King Kirby, Thought Pilgrim, Bidfetch, Lion-O Richie, Ready Hater 1. Toss a coin to your ninja.
My favorite. Ready Hater 1.
Sad but true. And as always, I'm joined by
Tatiana King, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as Flex Luthor, Ned Slanders, Gucci Mane DeLorean, Sean Jean-Luc Picard, Lord of Lightsabers, and the Ting of the North.
Okay. Oh man, how you doing?
I'm well, man. On the way to be a walking billboard for an evil pharmaceutical company.
Hey, there you go.
Just a few
Big
days,
Pharma.
but
Yeah.
you know.
There you go. Moderna mommy.
Moderna mommy.
Moderna.
Yeah.
See, look at me. I'm not even, being right in my advertisement. You know what I mean?
That's okay. That's quite all right. But no, I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm healthy. I'm very happy to see that people are giving us our props and are supporting us. And I mean, that really what puts on a smile on my face every day. Like, thank you to everybody listening and everyone who's been watching us and subscribing and following, and everyone who's been hitting up the T Public page with our new views from the 616 logo design. Them shirts are fire. And I also see that we got the new special front and back design as well, with the tagline, the blackest MCU podcast in the multiverse. So I fucks with it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And again, that's tpublic.com/stores/forallnerds.
Yes. And thank you to Dr. Infinite Mind Warp for that design. And for some of y'all, I know might be your first time ever listening or watching right now. This is For All Nerds, like we said before. The podcast where we discuss geek culture from the perspective of people of color. But we just debuted our new Views from the 616, the blackest MCU podcast in the multiverse t-shirt design. You can get it on mugs. You can get it on phone cases, stickers, magnets, posters, whatever, t-shirts.
Masks. The
hoodies,
mask look real good.
The mask looks kind of fuego.
The whole situation. I'm about to get a couple. The whole situation looks fire.
Whole situation looks pretty fire right there. So you can get it on all that, because whether or not you got your vaccine yet, you still need a mask.
Still need a mask.
Because, America be wildin'. So, you know what it is when you came here, dog. Don't act like I'm spoiling something for you.
In the words of Drake, you knew what it was when you signed up.
Yeah, boy. You are what you were when you got here, in the words of Jay. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But you can get that right now. So get that. Thank you to everyone. It's on sale right now. If you're hearing this when this show drops all weekend, everything on TeePublic's on sale. So make sure you go out and get it. Cop that joint, Views from the 616, which you can hear every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/forallnerds. You can also catch this show, twitch.tv/forallnerds, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Facts.
You like that? So you can see our beautiful smiling faces. Our
listening.
our legalized faces.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yes. NYC. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much.
Very happy about that.
Yeah.
You know what else I'm happy about?
What's
I
that?
got to see my Disney prince, Loki.
Okay.
Loki is back, kind of, sort of. But he's back in the new Loki trailer that's going to be dropping on Disney Plus, in June? When does that drop?
June 12th, I want to say, something like that. Something sooner than later.
June 11th.
June 11th, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel not taking their foot off the neck. We still have now, 3 more weeks of Winter Soldier?
3 more weeks of Winter Soldier because we're at the halfway point.
Yep, so 3 more weeks. So that ends
Do
April
we get
22nd.
do we get a break and then we get
Yes.
Loki?
Well, the
Okay.
only reason we get a break is because
Loki was supposed to be in May.
No, they're running the Bad Batch. Bad Batch comes out on
Right.
Disney.
But Loki was supposed to be in May and they moved it.
Okay, but it was still going to be a break. I don't think, that's what I'm wondering right now, is Marvel and Disney, not Marvel and Disney, is Star Wars and Marvel, are they going to compete on that Friday night or Friday time slot on Disney Plus yet?
Probably not, because like you said, if Bad Batch is coming out in
May,
and it can't be that many episodes. How many episodes is Bad Batch?
I don't know, because it's got to be, because you're right, because if it's more than 6, then
I don't think
running...
they would cannibalize their own series like that. But then again, it's like as long as you're on
Eventually
Disney, you're on Disney Plus, who gives a fuck? But
and eventually they're gonna have to, you know what I mean? When they start really getting into the thick of it, and it's like movies and shows coming out. So,
but they're really good at timing things so that there's no obvious overlap like that. But yeah, we don't know how many episodes the Bad Batch is, but I would imagine they're gonna, like you said, they just stepping on our necks. They're gonna keep it you're gonna keep it locked onto Disney Plus.
Yes.
This is the Disney afternoon all over again. You're gonna keep it locked on Disney Plus every Friday from here for the next 6 months.
For the rest of your life.
Basically.
Yeah. Because at least this year they got locked down with something, coming out pretty constantly, I think. Whew, but yeah, can we talk about the Loki trailer right now? Because the joint is fire. To catch everyone up, this Loki, the series Loki, is not about the Loki that we saw before, because as we all know, that man's neck was snapped, crushed out.
My baby. No.
That was a rough one, but
he had to go out like that. But I'm just mad because he was the first.
Damn, dog.
Was it behind Heimdall or right after Heimdall?
Thank you. At least give this man some respect, because Heimdall is the first. And, Jesus, you just, man.
Yes. Heimdall caught the bad one first. No, nobody hates the bad one. Yes. Heimdall called it first. Yes.
Like, whatever, dude.
Niggas die every day, B. Yes. No, I'm joking.
But Loki,
not my nigga Loki. But yeah, Loki. This trailer, as you said, this is not, and that's why I said kinda when I said he's back, because this isn't the same version of Loki, at least in the time stream of the multiverse.
No,
that one who got his neck snapped is dead and gone. This one, what timeline is he from, Ben?
Well, all right. Let's not get into that, because
when does this take place?
What point in time is this takes place after Endgame, everything.
Correct.
But the point in time is that this is the Loki from 2013 when the first Avengers movie happened. So this is the Loki who just tried to invade New York, failed, was captured, and then gets a hold of the cosmic cube and vanishes, before they can grab him.
So this is the one we see during that scene in Endgame?
Yes, this is the one who vanished in Endgame.
It was running through the whatever building it was in, and you see Loki touch the Tesseract and he disappears. Is that the same?
Yes, that's the same one. The one who you see in Endgame when Tony Stark is having his heart attack and Thor is about to shock him, and the Tesseract slides over to Loki, who still has the thing on where he can't talk, but reaches down, picks up the cube, and vanishes. Okay. And this is that Loki, because in the first trailer we see that moment immediately after where he lands in some desert or something somewhere, and then the TVA comes to pick him up. And the TVA is
the Time Variance Agency. So apparently there's an agency that basically time cops. They are watching over all the timelines, making sure things, and technically there's 2
Where's Jean-Claude Van Damme? If they don't bring Jean-Claude in for cameos when at the TVA, come on now.
So the TVA is basically the varsity team that's basically trying to keep everything on one timeline. Like they don't want all these, as they call them, other branches of time to popping up by people doing shit they're not supposed to be doing,
Yep.
i.e. going through time, touching the Tesseract and doing shit with it, etc.
Mhm.
And so this Loki, who, as you see through towards the end of the trailer, he's wearing a prisoner shirt that says variant on it. But this variant Loki, he's the one that gets caught up with the TVA, and they like, nah, fam, can't do that. Now you got to help us clean up your mess, amongst other things. And there's more messes to be made, but they're just looking at him like, look, he could probably help us through it. So that said, when we drop into the trailer, we see a lot of different people, some very familiar faces that I'm really happy to see. One of the people we see includes Gugu Mbatha Raw. She plays Judge Ravana Lexis Renslayer.
Yep.
That's another TVA agent who, according to this, she's actually a 40th century princess who caught the eye of Kang the Conqueror.
Yes.
So apparently there's some history there, some romantic history there.
Oh shoot! Dang it! That's so bugged. I'm so sorry that it took me that long to make the connection. I know exactly who Ravonna is because this Negro Kane spends his whole life, or at least every damn Avengers comic I ever read, chasing his ass after. Oh, Ravonna! Oh, Ravonna!
Oh, he's simping after Ravonna.
No, I mean it's like a Dr. Freeze situation where at least in the comic. No, well, I mean, but she's like in the coma. You know what I mean?
Okay, simping.
But she's in a coma. Damn, nigga.
Cold,
cold as ice, Charlie Murphy.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Listen, and I get it, but he just wants Ravonna. I gotta.
Yeah, she came up on Twitter. Me and somebody was going back, and I just put two and two together that's who she. Oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean that'll be hot, you know. Her.
So we're gonna see her in
Yeah, her and Monsters.
Not Monsters. Wait. What is wrong with you? First of all, his name is not Monsters. His name is Jonathan Majors.
Yes.
And he played
Monsters.
Atticus in Lovecraft Country. And speaking of Lovecraft Country, another LC alum is going to be in Loki. That includes Wunmi Masaku, who played Ruby. So she's going to be a TVA agent. You actually see her hauling him off in the beginning. She has that armor, like that riot armor type of gear on.
And if I'm correct, I think we see Gugu in the same riot armor putting in work because there is a shot of Gugu and Loki fighting because Loki is not down with just being accosted by the TVA like he'd be down by being accosted by anybody. So.
Why would he? Like, right? He don't listen to nobody, and this is the super mischievous one. Like he's always been mischievous, but this is super extra buttered mischievous Loki.
Because this is Loki before Thor: The Dark World, so this is even before his mother passes, which was one of the big moments in Loki's life that really, you know, as it does for anyone, And well, I mean, really, straightened his ass up, like like you gotta fly right, bro. Like you was fucking up before. Yeah.
And also, just some of the notable folks that's popped up. We have Owen Wilson. Who plays Mobius and Mobius.
Yes, Mobius.
Is this I can play a Mobius strip? Because a Mobius strip is like basically infinite situation.
I think it's Mobius, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Mobius is another character from the comics who's more or less a middle manager in the Time Variance Authority or agency. And at least in the comics, he has he has smoke with the Fantastic Four because the Fantastic Four loves to be in a timeline doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing.
Facts.
So that's what we have here. And there's, of course, you guys can all do, I hate saying you guys, but you all can do your research to get some more background. But that's just generally what's going on. So, like you said, they grab up Loki. They're asking him, look, man, you doing too much. Now you got to help us clean the timelines up. We really need one stream, one path for everybody. And then I'm sure shenanigans are going to ensue.
Facts. People have been talking about how in the trailer that, especially from the first trailer, I was one of those people, not people have been, it was me, I am people, thought that it was Black Widow sitting on Boromir. I know, well, I did. Look, I'm owning up. But in the second trailer, now that I've seen more of this shot of this woman and Loki sitting on this weird purple planet, I think that this woman is Lady Loki, who is another version of Loki. There are, in Marvel Comics, and even back, I think, I think this dates back to a lot of the original myths about Loki, is that there's a lot of different versions of Loki, especially with their gender and whatnot. So the Lady Loki version that in the Marvel comics is a character who appeared after Loki and the rest of the gods died in Ragnarok. You know, the thing that happens where they all, catch L's.
The whole situation. And I'm
Yep.
looking at her picture, and she literally looks like a female version of Loki.
Yes.
At least in the comics version. Black hair, the
Mhm.
horns, the whole get up.
Oh, get up. There's also a version of Loki that we see in the trailer where he has a Vote Loki, which came from a whole miniseries called Vote Loki, where Loki...
Was he running for president?
I think he is. I haven't read it.
There was a joke about that, though, in which movie when he was riding, when he first appeared, whatever, was it Avengers? The first Avenger movie he appeared in, where he was basically, he was running around in his SUVs and stuff, and someone made a comment or a joke, or maybe it's just the way he came off, like he was basically running for president. Like it was politically leaning. So it just, and I know it was in there. So that's interesting. So you're saying that was actually in the comics. Okay.
Yeah, there's a whole mini-series where he's running for president or running for something, but it's called Vote Loki. And then the one that I know best about is the Kid Loki. There's a young Kid Loki who I really didn't know his origin until just now because I was catching up on it. But I know him from the Young Avengers miniseries, where in that miniseries, Kid Loki's all up in it. And Kid Loki is just another version of Loki, younger.
Looks like
but
him.
Super mischievous, a little boy, but just, oh my God. This just recently came back into print, the Young Avengers miniseries by Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey. And I would recommend it so much for so many reasons. But definitely go out and check it out because it just came back out in print. And Kid Loki is the best thing ever in that book. Oh my God, he's so good.
Really quick, I just ran a quick Google and I came across a Loki issue from 2019, the number 4 variant cover.
Mm-hmm.
Cover artist by Jen Bartel, who is incredible.
Yep.
And this comic or this issue is about Lord Nightmare. Nightmare's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Something about frost giants, Loki being clever enough. And guess who's on the cover? It's a young woman with red hair. I don't know who this is. I'm going to show you the picture after we take a break, but I don't know who this is. And it's not Black Widow.
No, definitely not. It could be Black Widow. Black Widow got no real connection to Loki. People were just, really hoping. That was more of a please hope. Let me see who this,
Look at that picture, and maybe you'll see it right now. Maybe you're quick enough. But who are you doing there?
This is just a variant cover. This is variant covers. But
I thought variant covers have something to do with the story.
Not every time. There have been variant covers that have nothing to do with the story. Like there'll be Black Panther month, and Black Panther will appear on every cover of every comic. This was Mary Jane month. One of my favorite months.
Mary Jane month, of course, it's your favorite month. Oh man,
too easy.
All right, so that's the Loki trailer.
That is the Loki trailer. Real quick, did you get a chance to see? Is it Godzilla versus Kong or Kong versus Godzilla?
I haven't got a chance. I do want to see it just for shits and giggles, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's no way to spoil it.
No,
don't
Godzilla
happens.
win or something?
Godzilla stomps that ass. Several times. I mean, it's three.
Godzilla's radioactive. Got the flames. Got the tail. Come on.
There's no chance. It's 3 fights, and Godzilla gets them 2 out of 3. And convincingly whoops that ass in 2 out of the 3.
That was going to happen. But I wanted to watch just because I know it's mindless, right?
Man.
I just wanted to watch this to see how they was fighting.
It's ass. I mean, other than when they fight. No, other than when they fight. And when they are fight, oh my God.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, that's all I want to see, them fighting.
It's like watching wrestling on 10, dog. These dudes is, grabbing them by the shoulders, dragging them through the ring,
Are we powerbombing Kong?
Yeah, taking them through buildings.
Yes.
Oh my God. It was amazing. There was
like
so
Rampage, the game?
Yes.
That's how I want to see.
They put in work on Hong Kong, dog. Hong Kong is done.
Hong Kong.
I mean,
Kong. King
yes.
Kong. You call him Hong Kong.
No, on the city. No, on the city. No.
I thought
or Tokyo. I'm not sure where it is.
Wouldn't it be Tokyo?
I think it might be.
Godzilla's Japanese, so it wouldn't be
But
Tokyo.
yeah, but they also get some of Florida in this joint, so they have no,
So wherever they are in Southeast Asia, they messing up that city.
Dog, I mean, the amount of death in this movie is, unreal. But yeah, but man, they're putting in work while they do it.
What else is out of the trailers? It's like a quick snippet of a scene, the new Ghostbusters trailer, the Afterlife. Here's the thing, I'm not really a big Ghostbusters fan, so I didn't I wasn't excited. I will say that it was very disturbing. We see the Stay Puft Marshall. Well, let's start from the beginning. Let's
start from the beginning. You're not the first film.
I'm not a big Ghostbusters fan. I didn't say I hate it. I'm just not a big Ghostbusters fan. I'm not.
The first film is like one of the best movies, like script wise.
When that come out in the 80s, 90s?
It don't matter.
I'm just curious. I asked like it was a question.
Yeah, 80s.
Okay. I seen it, Vigo and all that, right?
No, Vigo's the second one. That shit's weak.
So that's the one I've seen. That shit's
ass.
I saw that one.
No.
When did I see that one? I might have been in
ass with Bobby Brown.
Just this is early 2000s.
Yeah, ass. No, that shit is ass. They admit to it being ass.
Well, that's the very first Ghostbusters I ever seen.
Oh God, no! You got to go back and watch the original Ghostbusters one. And it's even read the script. It's just one of them joints. The Ghostbusters
Well, the Ghostbusters that I have seen from the beginning, but again, this is late 90s, early 2000s. Is the cartoon.
Ass.
I don't remember when it used to come on. But see, you say that, and I didn't think it was. And again, this is you as you're a little older, and you saw the original movie. So all of the stuff leading up, you feel like it's ass. For me, that was my real first entry into Ghostbusters, and I liked the cartoon. I actually watched it religiously, but I still never really got into it. After that was done, I never really paid Ghostbusters any mind.
Wait, the Ghostbusters with them, I watched that cartoon pretty religiously too. The one with,
but it was ass. Which one is it?
I was a kid.
Is it Uchi Wally is the one, Mike?
We were talking about MASH the other day on Twitter with my boy, The Grime, right? And you had no clue about MASH. And he's like, yo, this was the shit back then. That shit is ass. You know what I mean? But back then, it was the greatest thing ever.
Right,
but,
I think, as when you're younger and as a kid, your tastes are clearly different.
Yes. Transformers is a pretty terrible cartoon. I know y'all hurt a lot of people's feelings that I just said that.
And also, it depends on where in the timeline you are. My first Transformers was Beast Wars.
I'm not sure how good that holds
Beast Wars is fucking incredible, okay?
Does it still hold up?
I don't know. I haven't seen that
that's what I'm talking
years.
about. As a kid... No, all right, the Transformers movie...
I think it still holds up particularly because, especially with a lot of cartoons at that time, they had a lot of adult themes that you didn't catch unless you were older. It was just these niggas fighting. Niggas was dying, B.
Oh, that never happened. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, The original Transformers cartoon, no one ever died until the movie. That's why the movie was so shocking.
Oh, Beast Wars niggas was catching L's left.
Oh, yeah, no, that was never...
People was catching L's. And also, it was CGI.
Yeah, I know, and I never got into Beast Wars, but I hated that, especially that early CGI animation. It just made me so sick because I love, hand drawn so much that shit was.
Well, that was my era, bro. But
that's why it took me so long to get into Clone Wars. But Clone Wars' animation is so fire.
It's a little different. But like I said, the only reason I bring all that up is that I think it's. Yes, it depends on what you know about the series. It does depend on when you enter the time stream. But like I said, I like the cartoon and the whether it was really ass or not. I didn't mind the film, the second film. You said the second in the series. I didn't mind the film, bad. But I just never.
Okay,
that's just not my thing. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to the first film was so dark and real, I didn't even
realize there was a film before it.
Yeah, but before Vigo, the first one.
I told you.
Wait, the one you saw did not have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in it.
All I recall from the very first movie that I seen was
the
Vigo,
painting, right?
The painting.
I
don't know what that is in the timeline. I don't know which movie that is,
one.
But that's all I know.
Oh man, that one's. I mean, it's okay, but it's the first one is I'm trying to give you a reference point. What's a great first movie, and then there's like Austin Powers, right? The first one's great, and then the second one, it's good, you know what I mean?
But would you not know that unless you've seen the first one?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
So for people who've seen the second one, never seen the first one, then their thoughts may be completely different, and I think that's what the issue is going on here. That being said, with this Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer, we see our boy, Ant-Man himself, Paul Rudd, he is getting his, which is another in joke. He's getting Baskin Robbins from like this grocery store. And he ends up walking, I guess, in the condiments aisle to get his chocolate or whatever for his ice cream. And then he walks past a pack of marshmallows. As he does, the pack of marshmallows starts moving. He investigates to take a closer look. And you see the little, like, tiny versions of the Stay Puft guy pop out. Mm-hmm. And more pop out. And he's like, what the hell? For some, this shit was wild. Shout out to Richie Wave, our video editor, that was like, "This is sick," because like he meant sick, like this is disgusting. But how the Stay Puft marshmallows are basically like cannibalizing themselves. They are, in a way, when you think about it, they're kind of killing themselves. They're making themselves into s'mores.
Yes.
So like they're skewing each other.
And
my man
was pulling himself down on the blade. Like that was the part.
One guy is, one of the Stay Puft things is an ecstasy because it's like a chocolate bar melting on him.
Yeah.
So it was a little sexual, but sexual chocolate of him. But for me, I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, I guess.
I had higher hopes for this film because this film is directed by the son of the original director, and they really wanted to get the tone of the original movie versus the tone of the second one, like I say. And there's actually third one. I mean, not third one. There's a video game that people love that even like Dan Aykroyd and all of them say like this is really the third movie because that's how good it was. And so they, this is supposed to be, but the trailer.
But can you be disappointed? Like apparently this is just a character reveal. This isn't like a true trailer.
I know it just okay. I'll wait and see. I mean, I'm like as much as I love the first one, I don't care. Like it's like I went and saw the one with all the women, and I thought it was okay for what it was. Like I wasn't one of those people like, oh my god, this. It was like, no, this is cool for. So if this is a good movie, it's a good movie. I'll wait and see.
So Ghostbusters Afterlife drops November 11th and also stars Carrie Coon, Finn Wolfhard. Oh, isn't that our boy from Stranger Things?
Yep.
McKenna Grace with Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver, and Annie Potts doing some cameos.
And Bill Murray, Annie Potts, all of them are from the original joints, Sigourney. So that's like, I'm there for that. Also, speaking of Finn Wolfhard and Stranger Things, your girl 11 is looking like there's, unless they skip ahead to high school for this third season of fourth whatever season of Stranger Things. I have no idea anymore. I think it's
they're
third,
a little further ahead.
This is fourth season. They've had three ridiculous, near death
guess
experiences.
Who didn't watch the third season at all? So
you didn't?
Nope.
Oh man, it wasn't. I mean, it was like the first two.
I lost interest.
Yeah, I feel you. Trust me.
So apparently something happened where she may not be in the last. I mean, don't you think Millie Bobby Brown's over it now?
I think all these dudes. What I'm saying,
they're older now.
That's what I'm telling you. Just by what, like, she looked like high school in Godzilla vs. Kong. Like they're not these same little kids that we were watching in the first two seasons.
You know who looks like? I was just like in absolute shock. Caleb McLaughlin.
Oh, you saw Concrete Cowboy?
I just a little bit of it, but
it's a grown ass man.
Pictures, I think they're Vanity Fair pictures. That boy's a grown ass man. Like damn.
I haven't watched it either. I just saw that picture of him next to Idris on the horse with his full ass mustache.
Yes, I said, oh, okay. When did this happen?
I'm like, I couldn't grow a mustache like that till I was a grown ass man, like dog.
No, he has full connecting beard and stuff. Yeah. Ain't he like 19 or something at this point?
He must be, yeah.
He's 19.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where is the time going?
So when, I don't know when they filmed Stranger Things, man, but yeah, them all them kids is grown.
Yeah, but also, they always, people in general, actors be much older than they portray.
Yeah, but they can't do middle school anymore. They got to at least be high school now.
Now with no full connecting beard, you can't?
No.
Jeez, I think only one of them kids is like always perpetually looks like a kid. Which one? The one that the little funny one that plays that has that hat.
No, my man looks grown in them commercials now.
He look grown too?
Yeah, in them commercials. He has a line of commercials. The one with the curly hair. The wild curly hair?
Yeah.
My man look grown in these commercials.
Gaten.
Yeah, Gaten look grown now, dog. I mean, not grown, but he look high school. Like Gaten's graduating high school at least now.
He's 18.
Easily. Yeah, that's a graduating high school.
These boys are so
Yeah, that's right. Everybody grows up. It happens. Time keeps on slipping. And you know what I think that means? It's time for us to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more from the For All Nerds show.
Hi, I'm Professor Brandon Obunu, a scientist who studies genetics and epidemics, and when I'm not doing long division, I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey yo, this is Danny Lore, and this is Vida Ayala, and we are Twin Speaks. And when we are not writing Ironheart or James Bond, we are listening to For All Nerds.
Hi, my name's Genevieve King, and I play Jackie Veda on Netflix's Lock and Key. When I'm not cooking up new recipes in my kitchen, then I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey everybody, this is Peter Ramsey. I am the director of Rise of the Guardians and one of the directors of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I like to listen to For All Nerds with Tatiana and the great Benjamin.
Hey, this is Hiro Kanagawa, actor and playwright, and you are listening to For All Nerds all the way.
Hi, this is Lexi Alexander, and I'm a filmmaker and a writer, and when I'm not playing with my vintage toys and feeding myself and my dog, then I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey, what's up? This is Arturo Sando, and when I'm not on television and movie sets, I am listening to For All Nerds.
And what's good, y'all? Hopefully right now you are watching on twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. Because if you are, you are peeping my Mohawk Storm. Big it up. Mohawk Storm on the Iron Throne with Mjolnir. With meow, meow, meow.
Yeah. Yo, like, that's too much power for one person.
Too much power.
But it's Storm, so I'll let it go. Like, that's fine.
Yes. Shout out to my brother Ashley Higgins, who laced me. He has the 3D printer, and he laced me up with the Iron Throne.
Oh,
and
that's
then
a 3D printed one. Excellent.
Yes,
that came out amazing.
Amazing.
Let me see the back of it. I just wanted to see the detail.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The details there. Oh, if you see it up close, you can see all the swords and all that up in there. It's all in there. So
excellent.
And then I got Mohawk Storm, and then I managed to get a Mjolnir. So, you know, I had to lace it with the lightning. So that's how we do it on twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. You know, this is the For All Nerds show where we about geek culture from people of color. And as you see, you know, Storm is one of the queens that we have to represent all the time up on here. You know, you see the wall of fame behind me that you can also see on twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. With my multicolored Mickey down there that I just love so much. My rainbow Mickey.
I love both of those Mickeys. Those are very
both
cute.
of them. I love them. Love them so much. Amazing. And you know what else is amazing? One of my favorite segments on the show. The Geek When Ask Questions. Walk is extra. Where we answer. I had to do the Birdman hand rub real quick. Where we answer any and every question that you hit us up with. Hit us up on them socials. You know it. You love it. At For All Nerds everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitters. It don't matter. Hit us up at For All Nerds with your questions. Or you can hit us contact at ForAllNerds.com if you have a longer question or just want some privacy. You know, when you ask that question.
Privacy. Okay, UK privacy law.
Yes. Privacy. And if you are one of the few, the proud, the many, the multitudes, the millions
and millions
of people over at For All Nerds on Patreon, on the patreon.com/ForAllNerds, where you can support the mission, you know, for the price of a cup of coffee per day.
So we have millions of supporters, yet we struggling for a cup of coffee.
Look, The Rock was talking that million stuff when my man was like when he was getting jobbed every week on WWF. He was still talking at millions. My man was talking about the future. You know what I mean? You got to know it. because The Rock was getting served every week. Talk about he got millions of fans.
You gotta put in you gotta do the work, right?
I was there, dog, when my man was in the Gucci shirts and all that, and served every week.
They kept sending him to the gulag every week.
Yo, every week he gets served. Talking about he got millions of fans. It was great. Oh my God. Oh, I miss it. But yes, patreon.com/ForAllNerds, where you can help us out, help join the mission. You know, we love all the support over there. Thank you. It's been a lot of support, a lot of love coming in over there. Thank you so much. We keep talking about it, but, you know, we got to do some type of special podcast for y'all over there. So maybe we'll put a poll on Patreon and see what y'all want us to cover. I know it's invisible. Don't be like,
I know it's invisible.
yeah, don't. Like somebody was like, yeah.
Let me caveat. This is not going to be like a super deep dive like Views from 616.
Jesus Christ, no.
It's going to be like Views from 616 light.
Yeah,
I
will give you, all the common knowledge, when it comes to Invincible, if y'all want that, because that is my book. I know it backwards and forwards.
Am I gonna sit there and go through my 4+ hours of themes and really digging into every syllable and
watching it 3 times? No.
Because I just really cannot sustain that. And that's the thing. We want to be able to do something sustainable. So if that's what y'all want, cool. We'll do, as Benami said, maybe like a mini version, like a 15, 20-minute episode type thing. So
I'd definitely be down for that.
I'm down with it. Yeah, I'm down for it.
All right, cool. But in the meantime, in between time, you can send in any type of question you have to patreon.com/ForAllNerds. If you're one of those people over there, send them in. We ain't got no Patreon questions in a minute. So please send in your questions. Thank you to everybody who sent in questions this week. We got a bunch, so let's just get right to it. What's up first?
The first question comes from P. Flacco. They write, what is a comic book or manga story that you would erase from your memory just so you could reread it with fresh eyes all over again?
Any of them? I don't know. I would say The Wicked and the Vine, off top. But no, I wouldn't, because that was that time, I needed that book right when I read it. So no. Yeah, I would not erase that one.
That's kind of towards my response to this question.
Yeah.
Just in general, I don't want to remove that book from that timeline. I'm not trying to attract the attention of the TVA, but also, more importantly, I think that I read those books during that time for a reason. And similar to what you said, Ben, that you needed that book during the period in life that you were going through at that time. And whether I was going through something or not doesn't matter. I just think I don't want to disrupt my timeline. There's no necessary reason. I think it's a great question.
Yes.
And I think it's really, and please correct me if I'm wrong, P. Flacco, but I think you're saying that just in terms of you just want to recapture that rekindle that same energy and that you felt, good or bad, when you read these books or manga. And I understand.
Yeah.
However, for me, I wouldn't want to change anything. So I actually wouldn't erase anything from my memory.
I would say something like Watchmen, because I don't have an emotional connection to it, and I didn't read Watchmen until I was grown. And when I read it, it was like, whoa, what the f***? But also, once again, I don't know, because by now, it's like if I read it now, I would have read I wasn't as grown as I am now, so I would have read other things. Yeah, no, I can't really say any book. Yeah. Maybe something recent.
You asked if I want to just erase it from a memory, period. So I didn't read it in the first place. I didn't waste my time with it. I don't know. I guess that's the thing. If after the first couple of pages, if you don't got me, you don't got me.
I ain't reading it. Yeah, no. There's a rare book. Wanted. Yeah. I'd erase.
You don't like it?
No, especially the ending. I thought I thought that was.
So you would just erase that from ever reading it to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be good. But no, I wouldn't. No, it goes back to the same thing. No,
the information you know about it, have you really applied it anywhere?
No, you're right. But I know not what to do. You know what I mean? So if I hadn't read that, I wouldn't know never do that. Well, I probably I probably wouldn't do it. But at the same time, that helped me to know. Never do that one. So
yeah. I got you. All right. Next question comes from Alicia Shanice. They write, hey, y'all, no AKAs from me. I don't need that smoke.
Come on, man.
Laughing emoji. I understand it, though, Ben. I said this last week. I understand it. It's just not that the people know and can pinpoint who you are specifically unless you give us your full name. But, I understand, you're listening and, you having jokes with us and we're like, yo, your AK is trash. Like, I get it. Like, you might feel a type of way. Like, I mean, I still love you, but you know, your AK is kind of mid. It's mid.
Yeah, it's mid. We'll stop saying it's trash.
We'll say trash is mid. But even though y'all know what that's synonymous with anyway. But
I don't, like I said, I don't want to say that Ghostbusters cartoon from back in the day was trash. I want to say it's mid.
Okay. It's mid.
Yes.
So the question goes,
the second one was mid.
I've been loving views from the 616 and agreed with Ben Amin that Wanda should be locked up and get therapy. Who else do you feel in the MCU is looked at as a hero but really should be locked up?
Wow, all of them.
Ben Amin and I were speaking briefly before we started recording about just who really has any redeeming qualities. Like, when you put it all in aggregate about what everyone did, regardless of why they did it, why things happened, most of the Avengers are all in the same boat when it comes to being questionable. Mm-hmm. There might be one or two outliers, but generally all of them have done some questionable things. I mean, I don't know about Sam. Like, has Sam really, besides things like collateral damage because he was part of a fight, like, has he deliberately or otherwise done something to people? Or is it just by virtue of him being an Avenger?
He was in the military. He's grimy as fuck.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is. Yeah. Which then adds Rhodey and then everybody else.
No, Rhodey grimy as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them were in the Air Force. And Sam was a parachuter, like, you know, or some type of, they were combat, you know, they kill people.
Well,
you know, that's what you do in combat.
Now, do I think they need to be locked up? No. There's nuances depending. Do I think Wanda need to be locked up? Hell, yes, the hell yeah, but not that. Who gonna hold her?
Not locked up. Therapy.
Whatever you want to call it. Who gonna hold her? Like, who's gonna force her into therapy? Nobody. So that's what I mean. I'm like, whether you want to call it locked up or therapy where it's voluntary, who's gonna do it? Ain't no one gonna hold her.
With Stormbreaker, I mean, somebody, like, that's the thing. What they didn't question that with Thanos, you know? They didn't be like, oh, who's gonna hold him?
Because enough people were against Thanos.
Well, enough people need to be against
Wanda.
Wanda.
People are, as you see, if people sympathize and empathize with Wanda, people and Avengers and people who could potentially hold her, and they're like, well, she didn't mean to, they're gonna let her skate.
This man, Dr. Strange, a whole ass Sorcerer Supreme.
You see what she did? She, for whatever reason, she did the walk. She did the walk of shame in front of the townspeople, and then before 12 could come get her, she flew off.
Doctor Strange is a whole ass Sorcerer Supreme. Like, this is strictly his one job to maintain, you know, magic in the multiverse. Get
My
it
thing
together,
is,
dog.
Everyone has different amounts of culpability.
Doctor Strange ain't done much. He was a doctor.
Different amounts of culpability to what would then be considered doing awful things or whatever. Some are worse than others. There's so much nuance that I couldn't necessarily pinpoint, at least on the hero side. I don't know, besides Wanda.
Oh, no. Okay, I can easily do it. Tony Stark, if he wasn't dead, should be in jail. Captain America.
But Tony told you who he was when he came.
I don't give a damn. You still going to jail. Captain America.
Captain going to jail. Okay.
I mean, he's a war criminal, but you know, I don't know. I'll probably let that
man
slide. With nuance, I'll let him slide. Incredible Hulk destroyed Harlem.
Right, another person who gonna hold him.
And Africa. No, that man going to jail. Africa, when he, you know, a random country in Africa, you can't even give me a name of the country, you going to jail, Holmes.
That man going to jail.
Yeah, Hawkeye, jail, death.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, execution.
Period. You know what? Let me, I agree.
Yep.
Hawkeye, under the jail, please.
Yeah, death. I'm trying to think who else.
Death penalty, no.
Oh, Thor. Not really. I mean, he's murdered a lot of people, but they were, you know, usually like in war and some godly shit. So I ain't got none of, you know. So out of the original Avengers, I am putting, if Iron Man wasn't dead, he'd be in jail. Captain America, I'll let slide. Black Widow, I'll let slide just because, you know, she got to deal with the men enough.
You won't let her slide, but you will let her slide, but you won't let Hawkeye slide? They two peas in a pod.
Yeah, but she should, you know.
You don't like Hawkeye.
Yeah, and Hawkeye should have died in Endgame.
You be telling me, just keep it real. You don't like that nigga. It's fine.
I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him. I never did. He could have died in Endgame, and I wouldn't have missed him. Nope. So, yeah, Black Widow should have survived, and I'll say it again, so she should go free.
I will say the
Hawkeye
wrong
should
person
die.
died in that instance. Despite how I feel about that version of Black Widow, they could have switched who died.
Definitely. Hulk should go to jail and throw Hawkeye under the jail. And I think we're done, right? Out of the original Avengers, that's how I'm gonna go. Ant-Man, no, whatever. We keep going further.
I mean, plus that nigga, he still he had the whole house arrest situation.
Yeah, he already had to suffer. Yep.
Yeah.
But the original Avengers are some criminals. Yeah.
There's your answer, Alicia Shanice. Okay, next
and
question.
Wanda's needs help.
Oh
yeah,
totally.
Yeah, Jesus.
Next question comes from Picture Me Rolling. They write,
"What up?
Your co-host has just woken up after almost 100 years. What on your list of things that you feel they need to know? What is on your list of things that you feel they need to know to adjust to society?"
I mean, when you black, I don't think much changes.
Ooh, that's heavy facts. It's very sad, but kind of heavy facts.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you to stay the hell be careful. Stay the hell off. No. Stay the hell off social media. How about that? Stay the hell off social media. You are going to fuck up. Because if it's been 100 years, people fuck up with less. People who...
Yeah.
Because to me, you're entering that world as if teenagers of today, like the teenagers, they like Gen Z, they grew up with this version of the internet and social media.
They still fuck up.
And they're learning through it. You coming back from 100 years, starting on this version of the internet, you're basically like one of those teenagers. Like, you just gonna do all types of shit that don't make no fucking sense. And because you don't have the context or the history or the experience.
Oh, man.
100 years?
Yeah, I'll bet. That's
Stay
not even
the
cap.
hell off the social media.
Stay off for everything. You gotta understand, that's 1920.
I would want to, my initial thought was to say stay the hell off the internet, but when it comes to knowledge, I want you to have knowledge. And my thing is, there it is at your fingertips. And I'm a big person. I'm a big, what's the word, proponent of that. So I'm not going to tell you stay off the internet, but then again,
it's tight.
You might get entangled with an African prince or two. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be like, dog, I'd be like, go back to sleep. That'd be the first thing I'll tell you. I'd be like, fam, just go back for another couple hundred and maybe things will be all right by then. But, you already missed this 100. Who cares at that point? Everybody you know is dead. Go back to sleep, Holmes. Maybe in like 4, 5, 6, 800 years,
But my thing is, it's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse.
You never know.
Social media?
No, I'm just saying, the social media might implode. Who knows? People might be telepathic in 500 years and, they don't need social media.
It's going to be social media on a different level is what I'm saying. It's still going to be there.
No, what if they're just telepathic and everybody's unified and, it's like a one mind situation where peace on earth.
That's worse. One mind is peace on earth.
Yes. That's what we'll take.
Okay, Flag Smasher. Gotcha.
They got some good ideas.
I'm not a Borg. I don't want to be one mind. No.
That's the problem now. That's why everybody got their own mind and everybody out here, running around. Well, I don't need a mask. Everybody got their own mind,
I want to have my own mind. But yeah, that's
me.
It.
I don't need a vaccination, like everybody. Oh. No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying. I'm saying, let me think about it.
I hear what you're saying.
But see, if it was just like everybody get this, or everybody go in your house, we wouldn't have this problem. But nope.
My answer to that question is stay off of social media.
Yeah, my answer is go back to sleep.
Okay.
Hope for better.
Hope for better.
Cause this ain't it, yo.
Years.
I mean, come on. You came from 1920 to 2020, dog. It'd be so stressful. It'd be like, let me go, just chill, man. Maybe in 100 years, there's less stress.
I used to think people from back in the day, like the world was literally in black and white. Just like how old TV stuff. I thought the world actually looked like that. Like as a kid, I legitimately thought that. And I'm just like, what if you come back to the future and everything mad color? You would feel like high or something. You'll feel type of ways. So I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. You were a little kid. I get it. Yeah.
I believed it. Anyway.
Yeah. Wow. Ooh, they gonna roast you.
That's fine. That's what I thought. Kids be thinking things like that.
I know. Anyway. I'll give you one. I used to think that the living room was where you lived and the dining room was where you died.
And you say, I'm going to get roasted?
Hey, my sister
Even
thought
I
it too.
knew the meaning between those words. Sir.
No, I was like, living. That's where you got to live at.
I'm out of here.
Stay out the dining room.
We're out of that question now.
Yeah.
The next one comes from lowercase a, a.k.a. Memphisto. That's That's cute. That's clever.
It's cute. Yep.
AKA Black in My Ledger.
Okay.
AKA Captain America.
I actually like that one.
I.e. John Walker.
Yeah. No,
All
it's
right.
like capping, like you capping, no capping,
Yeah.
like no cap.
I.e.
no
John
cap.
Walker, because he's a cap
He
artist.
stay cap. Yeah, full cap. Sure.
Ugh, man. Ugh.
Oh,
Anyway.
what a hater.
The question goes, so after
Go ahead,
watching
Walker.
the first 2 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I kind of agree with the Flag Smashers' plans. With that, was there ever a villain whose ideology you agreed with and wanted to see come out on top?
I mean, you asking this for me. How long have you listened to this show? Like all the time?
You were gonna say before they Killmongered him, Killmonger.
Yeah. No, I mean, because I
To a
like.
degree.
Yeah, on multiple viewings, I definitely agree that it's all Nakia, and both of them men are idiots. So no, I don't. I don't agree with him because I think he's like, even without the Killmongering, I mean, there's just, unless you just say everything he does is Killmongering. Because when my man says the sun will never set on the Wakandan Empire, that's some evil shit. That's some
evil. That's some Klingon evil.
Yeah, that's some, yeah.
Let's go to
Yeah.
war shit.
Yeah. So no.
What about Hayward? He's quote unquote the villain, but not really. But and for all intents and purposes, he's a villain. So and you agreed with his ideology.
Not his methods as
Yes, you
much as
did.
his reasoning. No, his method. I mean, because that's all he had. I would have shot a missile at
So
her
you agree
too.
with it. It's okay.
Yes. Yeah, I would have shot a missile at Wanda.
Then you agree with him. It's
Yeah.
fine. His ideology was the only way to stop this hoe is if we shoot the missile at her, and you agreed with it. So
Yeah,
there it is.
But people try and say that he wanted a vision. Well, he did, but who wouldn't? Like, nigga, I'd want a vision.
I wouldn't.
Why not?
An evil, unseasoned vision? No, thank you.
He wasn't evil. He was just about that work. He's like, I was sent to
He's
kill y'all.
evil.
I'm gonna kill
As
y'all.
a machine, you can. And again, he's zeros and ones, but as a human
Yeah.
being, I'm going to equate that with evil because without that humanistic nuance that true vision has,
Mhm.
you make decisions that are just simply based
Yeah.
on logic and nothing
Yep.
else. So from a morality perspective, it ends up looking evil. Whether or not it truly is evil doesn't matter. It's about how it feels.
See, to me, he's just like a more sophisticated gat. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what Hayward says. Hayward calls him a weapon.
yeah, that's how I looked at him.
He
as,
says vision
you know?
is just a weapon. He's a
Yeah.
He's a thing.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
you agree with Hayward. So that's the answer. I don't agree with villain ideology. Do I enjoy villains? Absolutely. Do I just lightweight agree with their ideologies? No. Like I always tell Barry, I love Lex Luthor. Do I agree with that how that nigga thinks? No. I think he's cool.
I don't, and that's the thing. I really don't agree with how Hayward thinks because he's so annoying. I agree with how like I agree with that Wanda needed to be stopped.
You
I
agree
just
with
don't-
his approach to Wanda.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone else's approach to Wanda was some foolish bullshit that I don't agree with. I agree that, but I don't agree with imprisonment. I agree that it's either therapy or death.
He shot at 2 kids, but
I
Demon
mean,
Spawn or
they
not.
they was in the way. Demon Spawn, they can hot ones. They're Demon Spawn, hot ones, dog, hot ones.
Shout out to the podcast. The
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about hot ones to the chest. Hot pockets. So, I used to say that when I was like playing Bond, and I'd shoot the
Oh,
grenade.
you should be what you would say.
when I would hit the grenade on somebody. Hot pockets.
That's hilarious.
People must be so.
You're
I
wild
mean,
disrespectful. And this is before online, right?
No, we
Well,
sitting right next to each other.
Right, this is co-op game, and you saying hot pockets. You are wild disrespectful. You definitely violated with that one. Violate.
I would sing the song every time. Hot pockets.
Oh my God. All right, one more question. This is the last question.
Oh God.
For the guac.
Oh.
This one comes from
I don't
This
think I
one
ever
comes
talked about
from
that before.
Rhea, aka Lemon Pepper Potts.
Okay.
I like that. That's nice.
Yes. They said that before, and that is so fire.
AKA Rhea and the Last Dragon Ball. Rhea and the Last Dragon Ball. Okay.
Okay.
That was okay. That was textured.
Yes.
That was seasoned. I like it. It tastes good. All right. The question goes. Thanks for reading my last question. Y'all made my whole 2020. Thank you for asking the question. Appreciate it.
is so weird, but thank you.
Why? You know, why is that weird?
It just still bugs me out that people are, that excited to, listen to us and all that. And thank you so much, though, Ray. That's awesome. Like
You're cool people's better
Yeah.
than I mean, so I understand.
thank you. Thank you. So are you.
But thank you. And thank you for the question. And you're
Yes.
very welcome.
Yes.
This new question goes, we all know Marvel keeps announcing a ton of new content from movies to TV series coming down the pipe for the next few years.
On that net.
And with your fire podcast, Views from the 616, I'm curious what upcoming project that was announced are you guys most excited to cover?
Shit.
I personally cannot wait for Blade with Mahershala. Love everything y'all are doing. Well, thank you for the love, number one. Definitely,
yes, thank you so much. That's awesome that we made your 2020 and hope we've made 2021 now.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
And if you know, see, and the fact that they asked about the whisper Mahershala, that means you've been around for a long time. So very good. Ooh.
Yeah, because that goes back to at least 2018, right?
Yeah.
At least.
Curious, what upcoming project was
damn.
announced? What upcoming project was announced? I mean, Loki, I'm wild excited about. You see how I feel about him. That's my Disney prince. He is.
I mean, I love him too.
Disney Plus Marvel shows. Let's look at the timeline of Disney Plus Marvel shows.
And movies. We also got
Did Rhea say movies too?
Project.
Oh, yep, movies to TV series. Yep. Oh, so the whole slate? Damn, I
Yeah,
have to
the
go
whole
look at that
slate.
whole slate.
You got Shang-Chi as movies coming up.
Shang-Chi. Ooh, I want to see Shang-Chi, and I'm mad it got pushed back, but
so it did get pushed back.
yeah, because they moved I forgot what they moved, but but subsequent of making one movement, they moved all of the.
So when is it coming
movies
out?
down. Shang-Chi.
Yep.
Because I know we reported on this before. Let's see. Shang-Chi Marvel release date September 3rd.
Yeah, this year though.
Not this year, but it was supposed to be earlier. It was
But
supposed to
when
be
are they
like
gonna
July.
drop a trailer then? Like it's September 3rd. What is going on? Like we've seen nothing.
It was
That's wild to me.
Oh, that's right. Because they moved Black Widow, they pushed Black Widow, then they had to push all the other subsequent, and that's why they
But
moved
it's
Shang-Chi
still
to
this year.
September.
It's still
It's
this
still
year.
2021, yes.
September. Like September. That's
It was supposed to be 9th of July. It was supposed to be a
summer. I mean, September 3rd is still that's Labor Day weekend, right? That's that's bid summer. That's end of
That's
summer.
still
like,
big.
That's big.
It's
They
still
should. I
very
feel like we
big.
should have a trailer like nowish.
like a sizzle.
Something. It's
Wait,
this
then.
year. Like you normally you would have had a trailer last year for this. This is supposed to be. This is their Black Panther of Asia. This is a monster of a movie right here.
Yeah.
Like we had trailers for Black Panther. a year out, damn near, right?
Yeah.
If not more.
Are you excited for Moon Knight?
Depends on how that goes.
Oscar Isaac's not enough for you.
I love Oscar Isaac and I love Moon Knight, but Moon Knight is a very weird character because he is a white dude who worships a Egyptian god, and I don't know, and he's also like, in the comic books that I've read, a multiple personality disorder but the real traditional way of showing it, where he has like 3 or 4 different personalities, I don't know what route they're going to go with this Moon Knight. So no, I'm not excited because it's like, I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm more excited for She-Hulk because I fucking love Tatiana Maslany. Maslany. I think she, oh my God. And I'm more excited for Ironheart and Armor Wars because I really want to see Rhodey get his shine and what they do with that.
I'm interested in becoming acquainted with Miss Marvel.
I love Miss Marvel, so that's another one. I'm already a huge fan of her, so
And you're right. They probably should have dropped something about Shang-Chi because they dropped that Morbius trailer last year.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that don't come out to 2022.
Well, I mean that got super pushed back because Morbius was supposed to come out already.
But still, even pushed back, they've been like released stuff.
Yeah, I mean I don't know what's up with this movie. Eternals. Have we got an Eternals trailer?
We just get pictures. We just keep getting pictures of a naked
what's
that man's name? But
that's November this year. What is going on? Are they just like F it? We gonna do what we want to do now? Like
of a naked Kumail Nanjiani. But
yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for all this shit. That's the thing.
Internals is November 5th, 2021.
Okay, I'll say Ant-Man. on the low. Ant-Man and Thor, I might be most excited about. Ant-Man because Kang is going to be in it, and I'm just hyped for that. And I really like the Ant-Man films. And Thor because I want to see what's the name with the hammer. I want to see Jane Foster with the hammer.
Yeah.
And I just want to see everything that they do in that series. You know?
I probably should have said this first, but I'm interested, super, super, super interested and excited for the next Black Panther movie.
Oh, I mean, come on. That's like, yeah.
As the Wakanda series that Ryan Coogler was supposed to be
like
doing.
saying, you know, I'm excited for breathing. You know, of
right,
course. Yeah,
right. But it has to be said.
That goes without saying.
We would be remiss if we didn't say it.
Like, do you see, you know, I have a whole...
half of your wall is Black Panther.
Yeah, half of my wall is Black... And I'm adding more, folks. You know, I'm not done with my Black Panther side of that wall. It's
so
Black
Panther... Well, you know how people be treating us. Sometimes we got to say it. Or people like, y'all didn't say that.
No. Yeah, I'm excited for all of it. That's the thing, because it all leads into other stuff. You know, like we didn't mention this earlier,
I'm
but I'm
excited for Black Widow.
Oh wow, what I am. I hope that Kang shows up in Loki. You know what I mean? At just even a quick bit, since Jonathan's already been cast, and they could have done something with it. Hopefully,
Is he supposed to be showing up in
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Kang is the main villain in Ant-Man, but you know, I would hope that he gets a quick mention, maybe at least something, and you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm excited for X-Men and, you know, Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom and, like, you know, Galactus and, you know, the Silver Surfer. And, I mean...
You're excited for a lot of things, but specifically we named the ones that have our eye.
Young Avengers, whenever they get around to that.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, them Demon Spawn kids, along with the rest of them.
Disney's got us in shackles.
Shackles for a long time.
Shackles.
Because, like I say, I'm, you know... Like, you know me, Clone Wars, Rebels. I have the last season of Rebels left. So I've been waiting. I've been waiting for Winter Soldier to end so I can finish the last season of Rebels and roll right into the Bad Batch. It's beautiful.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
So that's the end of Guac. Thank you very much for all your lovely questions. If you have a question about geek and pop culture or anything in between, including maybe you have some personal questions that you want to ask, whether it be about your life or otherwise, hit us up. contact@forallnerds.com is the email if you want some space or some privacy, as Ben Amin calls it. And you can also hit us up on the socials at ForAllNerds, on IG, on Twitter. If you want to just tell the world your question, it don't matter. It's fine. We always do the Guacas extra posts where you can put your question under. And if you are on a very special part, which is any part of our Patreon, patreon.com/forallnerds, as long as you are a patron, you get guaranteed Guac question. That means no matter what, even if we have 11 Guac questions, we gotta answer yours.
There you go. So send it on in. And before we get up out of here, there's a couple more trailers, some other stuff we got to discuss, like the Jupiter's Legacy trailer.
I don't know what the hell this is. You got to explain real quick. And also, I thought the trailer was boring.
All right. Well, there we go. Jupiter's Legacy is a series. It's actually a couple series, Jupiter's Legacy and Jupiter's Circle, from Mark Millar. And Jupiter's Legacy is illustrated by Frank Quietly, who's one of my favorite artists. I mean, just he's sick. You know, Frank Quietly's so ill. But Jupiter's Legacy is basically about a bunch of superheroes. You know, they're archetypal superhero, like Superman types and telekinetics and I don't know, a bunch, you know, really ultra powerful heroes and their kids. And these ultra powerful heroes, you know, have like beef with their kids because their kids don't feel like they've run the world right. One of the older heroes, yeah, trust me. I'll be honest.
Sorry.
I'll be honest, it's only the art that kept me in the book. And the book, I mean, the show does not have this art. I watched the trailer. I was pretty bored as well. I thought it looked just mid, you know? Yeah.
It didn't do much for me. Again, superhero fatigue, maybe.
No, that's not true because, you know, Fire, Invincible, there's so many other things you love every time.
For me, that specific just direction just didn't.
Oh yeah, super mid, yeah. Because mid whatever is never gonna do it. You know what I mean? It don't matter what it is. It was mid gangster movie.
Like, yeah, all of this stuff we're talking about and dealing with is superheroes, but they're done in different ways. Like WandaVision, you ain't never seen shit done like that. Period.
Nope.
So that's what I mean when I say for me, this was a lot. This Jupiter's Legacy stuff's more the same. Am I gonna give it a shot? Sure. But
yeah, it's on Netflix.
The trailer ain't do it for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. It's on Netflix. You know. I don't think the series is completely even done yet. That's how Mark Millar just does not finish stuff sometimes, and
Oh, I know. As a Kick-Ass fan, I know.
yeah, and it was mid. Like even the series to me was mid. I just thought the art, Frank Quitely's art made it ill.
The art made it happen.
Oh man, Frank Quitely will make anything happen. I don't care how bad that shit is. That shit is gonna look incredible, But yeah, this one is whatever. Anything else?
I did see a note in Entertainment Weekly that and I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but Daniel Bruhl, who plays Zemo, he says that there is a longer version of his dance scene from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I know you was really vibing with him doing that, whatever the fuck his dance was that she
Mom
was
spaghetti.
That type of dance. But there's a long one.
Boots and pants.
They're calling it the Zemo cut. So release the Zemo cut, please, so we can see this and talk about it. And go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, we have one of my favorite segments that we got to talk about a little bit, a little something that I like to call Comics Comics I Copped, where we talk about all the different comics we're copping, buying, reading, whatever, clever, new, old, it don't matter. Like we said before, use the hashtag whenever you're reading. It doesn't matter. Like I said, new, old, just use the hashtag on all social medias, Twitters, on Instagrams, Comics COPPED, and let the world know, let everyone know what you're reading, what you're copping. And thank you to everybody who's been using that hashtag. Like I said, real quick this week, earlier we were talking about Young Avengers, which is now back in print by Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey. Also, Vote Loki. I think they're putting that trade back in print because of this upcoming Loki series. Journey into Mystery is another one by Kieran Gillen where he features the shit out of Loki. So that's another one you might want to pick up. But definitely Young Avengers, I would say, if you want to get... And just a great story, great art. Just one of my favorite books of all time. But definitely worth picking. Yeah, I mean, goes without saying. That's what got me hooked on them, which led to, Wicked and Divine, Phonogram, everything else they've ever done.
That's incredible work, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think you have something else we've got to shout out right here.
Yes. Also in Comics I Copped Them, we have this project called Villain, all caps. This is a visual interpretation of the MF Doom sound. As we all know, rest in power to MF Doom, who passed away recently back in October, Halloween of 2020. While we know his real name, Daniel DeMille, while he may be gone, MF Doom does live on. So this is the true story of a supervillain determined to beat the world. So Villain, all caps, is a 6-page mini webcomic dedicated to the legendary record producer and MC MF Doom. And this is going to be releasing on 4/20. Okay, pretty fitting. Yep. It's going to, it's led by publisher, creator, and writer Troy Jeffrey Allen, who is the founder of Create the Culture. The works include BAM, with a B, BAMN, Frontiersman, and the Glyph Award-nominated Fight the Century. There is also the illustrator, Sean Anthony Mack, who's been co-writing the webcomic series The Revolutionary Times. His art styles have been featured in many places like HBO Max, Complex, ESPN, etc. We have colorist Luis Guerrero, who is a Mexican colorist and illustrator who's worked on covers and interiors for different titles like Green Lantern, The Flash, Titans, Detective Comics, just in general, Harley Quinn, etc. And we have letterer Darren Bennett, who is the owner and lead artist of the production or lettering production studio and World Design. Extensive clients include Skybound, DC Comics, Dark Horse, Ahoy. I mean, all of these people, the point I'm trying to make is all these people are in it to win it, and they have extensive resumes. And we also have senior editor Maya Williams. We will call her Crown. She's the executive manager of many different businesses, and you may know her from MechaCon, that she is the CEO and founder of the Midwest Ethnic Convention for Comics and Art, i.e. Mecha. And we also have cover artist Matt Rawson, whose works include Colonial Comics Volume 1 and 2, and has worked with Troy Jeffrey Allen, which on Frontiersman, again, Rob the Viking, and a bunch of other works. So definitely respect to MF Doom, respect to people who want to continue his legacy and make sure that as we say, MF Doom lives on forever. I know that was a very, very, very hard day for a lot of people around the world. So this is good to kind of come together in creativity and come together in something that upholds his legacy.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to see this on our Instagram at ForAllNerds on 420. Villain all caps. And yeah, definitely anybody out there doing anything to keep MF Doom's legacy going, it's always dope to see. And man, I don't really know what to say on that. Like, that's personal to me. It's like, I have friends of friends who are really close to Doom. My brother Ben Grimm is really close to Doom. And I grew up as a fan of the man and his work and everything. So, it's still raw and fresh, but I love to see anybody carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved even just how, he passed away on Halloween and we didn't find out till like Christmas.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. The family kept it close and understandably, right? That's yours. That's your family, that's your heart. And when you're ready to share, you're ready to share. And we understand that. But definitely check out this project coming out. Again, it is called Villain. All caps.
Yep. That's how you spell his name. All caps every time. MF Doom. All caps.
Fan Bros. F-A-N-B-R-O-S.
I know the city makes promises that it cannot keep. The city makes the promises that it cannot keep. I know the city makes the promises that it cannot keep. Mariana, hey Mariana.